What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Sacred Takes, and we're back with another tutorial today. For the first effect we're going to be doing, we got a little warp distortion type effect. And the second effect we're going to be doing is a RGB glitch type effect. If you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that big red button below, the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and let's get straight into it. The first thing we're going to want to do is double click on our clip. Once you double click, you should have your layer open. Now what you guys want to do is head over to the rotobrush tool and rotoscope your subject from the background. As you can see, we're just outlining his body. If you guys are new to rotoscoping, if you press Alt down, this red circle will appear and that will remove any parts of the subject that you don't want in the rotoscope. So we're just going to take out these buildings behind them and make sure it's perfectly around his body. Once you guys have that perfect rotoscope around the subject, you guys want to go up to quality and choose best instead of standard. It's the best, why not go with it, right? After you guys rotoscope your subject out, what you want to do is head over to preview, press play, and what this is going to do is going to go frame by frame and rotoscope each frame for us, so we don't have to do it ourselves manually. As you guys can see, some of these frames, they're missing the bottle in the rotoscope, so what you want to do is stop it and go back into the frame and fix it up. Sometimes it's going to come up parts that you don't need for rotoscope, but like I said, press Alt and remove the parts that you don't need. Once you guys have every frame rotoscope, you're going to want to head over down to freeze and freeze it up. After it completes freezing, you're going to want to close out on that layer. And if you guys skip through your frames, you can see it should have a clean rotoscope subject out. You're going to want to duplicate that layer, so Control D. Come to the bottom layer, delete the roto brush on that. Go over to the clip and let's just change the name so we're organized. So that's going to be background. And the first clip will be the rotoscope. After you guys have it organized, you're going to go down to your background layer and start applying your effects to it. So for the first effect we're going to add is CC flow motion. Throw it on your background. You guys are going to see you'll have knot 1 and knot 2. And what you're going to want to do is line up those 2 knots to the center of your subject. And this is the area that the warp effect is going to revolve around. And you guys could obviously put these knots wherever you want. I just find that this effect looks best when it's in the center. Now what you guys are going to want to do is you're going to want to keyframe amount 1 and amount 2 at the beginning of your clip as 0. You're going to go about halfway of your clip and set both of those amounts to 50. Now what you're going to want to do is go to the end of the clip and put both of those amounts back down to 0. Now let's see what we got so far. So as you guys can see, the background has that morphing effect. And now what we're going to do to spice it up a little bit, we're going to go over to effects and presets, search up turbulent displace, throw on the background again, go to the beginning of your clip, set the amount to 0, keyframe, go about halfway, set the amount to let's say 150, go to the end of the clip and set the amount back down to 0. And as you guys can see with this turbulent displace, it gives that watery type effect to the morphing as well. Looking pretty sick. And now the last thing I'm gonna do, you guys don't have to, but this is just to sauce it up even more. You're gonna pre-compose both your layers, bring it in a pre-comp, and what you're gonna do is go to your effects and presets again, search up slider control, throw it on the clip. You're gonna bring the slider up to about 12. You're gonna go to your pre-comp clip, press P for positioning, press Alt, and this brings up the expressions. And we're gonna type wiggle, enter, 10, comma, enter. And you're gonna come over to the parenting tool and whip it to the slider control. And what this does is it shakes up the clip as well, so it looks a little bit more trippy. But that's just that extra sauce. Hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet for the extra sauce, no cap. And if you guys want to get a little bit even more trippier with the effect, what I suggest is searching up hue and saturation, throw it on the clip, set the keyframe to 0 at the beginning of the clip. Go halfway into the clip, let's set it to 1 full rotation. Go all the way towards the end, set it back to 0. And what this does, as you guys can see, it changes the colors of the background, and it's pretty sick. All right, let's head over to the RGB glitch effect now. All right, guys, as you can see, we have the second clip we're going to be working with. And for this clip, guys, it's better if the background is in a darker area. You know, there's low lighting in the scene. If the scene is pretty bright, I don't think this effect will come out as dope as it's supposed to. So for this one, try to have like an indoor low light type of scene for the effect to come out the best way it could. So what we're going to first do is we're going to head over to effects and presets. The first effect we're going to throw on is time displacement. You want to head over to the max displacement time, put it to 0.5. The second effect we're going to throw on is CC threshold RGB. I'm gonna tweak with the settings. I'm gonna bring all of them down to 40. As you guys can see, it's already looking pretty crazy. And then what you guys want to do is you want to add an adjustment layer. After you add the adjustment layer, you guys want to throw on pixel motion blur, set it to 300, and after that's added, you guys can see it has an RGB glitch type of delay effect. Looking pretty wild, guys. All right, guys, that's it for this tutorial. If you learned something new, make sure to hit the subscribe button, support the channel, hit that like button. It'll mean so much to me, guys. It could be a late Christmas gift. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be reading some of your comments and taking ideas from you guys. I hope I was able to add to your sauce list for editing, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.